What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have your normal Wednesday team here. You have myself, Alpha Dog Bets, here with JD from Line Movers, and we have Hefe from Hefe Picks. Fellas, fun day of sports yesterday. We will get over that in our daily recap, but JD, fresh Alabama hat today. I've been trying to guess all morning if that's implying that you're going to be taking Alabama in this big game. You have not told me yet, so even I do not know. But JD, over to you. How are you today, brother?
Doing well, man. BYU stands to be not yet, man. Not to jump into stuff too early, but yeah, Kansas is done.
Dog water, I think, is the best word I can use for them today.
Yeah, but yeah, man, everything besides that is good. We're supposed to randomly have some sort of ice/snowstorm this afternoon.
No.
So that's gonna be interesting for us. But yeah, man, like everything's good.
Well, here's the important question, JD. I know you guys got that snowstorm either a month or two ago, somewhat in that realm. How did your bets do on that day? Because you don't get snow often. So maybe when the snowy ice comes to JD's part of the world, it means he's gonna win his bet. So how did you do? And if you didn't do well, just lie and say
you were good. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Good. So we're going to keep the snowy vibes rolling. You're going to keep cashing bets. Over to Hefe. How are you today, sir?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Excited that yesterday's over, honestly. Kansas. Wow.
Terrible.
I hope they make they will make the tournament. And I hope that they're like a 9 seed to where I could absolutely fade the F out of them. And I hope it's like a 12-40 tip. So it's like one of the first games because I just literally need them out of my life this year. Complete embarrassment. Didn't show up. Bill Self ripped into the team post-game, and he should have went harder. He should have gotten fined $100,000 for throwing out immense amount of curses, and he didn't. They have no heart. I will not be watching them nor wagering on them for the remaining of this season.
So you're out on the Hunter Dickinson first overall pick bandwagon? Is that what I'm hearing here?
He will be the first overall pick in the G League in Canada, not even the American G League.
Wow. I didn't even know they had one. So he's not going to go to our, what are they?
Look it up. He's not going to be a Viper. He has 0% chance to be a Rio Grande Valley Viper. 0.
Just remember, guys, 2 days away from the Vipers returning. We will big all be dialed in for that.
Tomorrow, not 2 days. Tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
Wake
for
up.
The Vipers?
Wake
wow.
Up.
Well, big news here. Because of this, Hefe, I'm going to put you on the spot. And JD, you don't know I'm going to do this. Hefe didn't know I'm going to do this either. A lot of rumors in the NFL world right now. So before we go into our recap, this guy below me, for some reason, who is also a Giants fan, as I am a Giants fan, does not want Matthew Stafford. So quickly, I need to know why you don't want Matthew Stafford on the Giants, and you think that would be a terrible trade.
Oh, it's super simple. It does absolutely nothing to better your franchise moving forward. Matthew Stafford on your team for 1 to 2 years does nothing but put you on the worst place in sports, which is the treadmill of mediocrity. I don't care. 3 years, great. Even worse, even more time on the treadmill. Why waste good money and draft capital, by the way, because it's going to cost probably a second and a third to get him. Don't want him. Don't need him. Don't care about winning, quite frankly, next year. If I had it my way, and I keep saying this, best absolute case scenario is that the Raiders come calling and want Shedeur Sanders so bad that they're willing to do like a Jets move when they moved up to Darnold, which off the top of my head, I believe was like 3 second-round picks, which I will happily take. I don't think you're going to get a first-round pick to move from 6 to 3. You'll get their 6th pick.
You know, 6 or 7? I thought it was 7. I could be wrong.
Patriots, I could be wrong. Jaguars. But then I thought it was Raiders. Maybe I'm missing a team. Very possible.
No.
I don't know.
Pulling it up.
This doesn't matter. 7-3, 6-3.
You're right. It's 6. You're right. 6.
Okay.
Jets are 7.
Yeah. Right. That's what. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So, in my opinion, Matthew Stafford. A. I don't know why you'd want to come here. B. That's not who I want. I'd rather a Jameis Winston than a Matthew Stafford any day of the week. In my perfect world, and I've been saying this, you either draft that, you either absolutely trade out. And I still think you can get talent at 6 if you did that proposal that I just said. Or the best case scenario is Titans go either Cam Warner, Abdul Carter, Browns take the other, and we get and Giants take Travis Hunter at 3, which I'll be totally fine with. Do smart free agent signings to fill voids in the trenches,
which we can't do.
Suck again next year, and then get your quarterback. But I would choose option over the option I just told you. Trade out and get capital. You are not. Rome wasn't built in a day, and the Giants are not even close to Rome. Okay, they need to just build from the trenches out, not out towards the trenches. It doesn't work. You're going to waste neighbors, okay? You're going to waste other young talent. Okay, Drew Phillips was a great secondary player, to be honest with you. You're gonna all of a sudden, people are going to have to start getting paid really soon. You're actually kind of seeing it with the Jets, right? All of a sudden, guess who's going to be up for contracts really effing quick? Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner. And by the way, they just tried the Matthew Stafford approach with Aaron Rodgers, mind you, little less volatile, little less volatile, even though Mrs. Stafford is not exactly a housewife.
Yeah,
you know I mean? So
okay, this guy could shut up. Crypto Warrior, you know I normally love you. Don't put that in the universe. Do not put that in the universe.
My serious point is build through the draft. Sadly, I think that the way that our team is structured with the front office, where it's kind of like it's the owner saying one thing and then he's doing another. When you want to reset, you can't kind of then go out and say, well, listen, we better not suck this year, right? We got to go get a quarterback. It's not going to happen. My dream scenario, absolute dream scenario, is to trade out, get capital, be smart, make smart signings, not splashy signings. I'm going to give you an example of somebody I do not want. And I know there's no chance we get him, but T. Higgins would be a monumental failure for us.
That wouldn't happen.
I'm just trying to say premier positions is not what we need to sign. Offensive lineman, edge, defensive lineman. All right. That's who we need. And also in my perfect world, and I've been on this guy, what quarterback would I want in next year's draft?
We all want the same guy.
I'll answer that question in a second. I got one that I want in this year's draft. I actually do think he'll be a first round pick towards it. Don't even do that. Jackson Dart will be a first round pick.
Thank you, JD.
Post-combine, Jackson Dart will be a first-round pick.
You want Jackson Dart?
Stop.
He wants Jackson Dart.
That's good. It's good. I will take him. Let me tell you guys something. You guys obviously have amnesia, okay? Because last year at this time, Bo Nix was not even a first-round pick, right? And Michael Penix was being talked about, oh, man, is he going to go like Lamar Jackson in the 30s, or is he going to fall to day 2? What ends up happening? Michael Penix, for whatever reason, gets taken in the top 10. Still baffling. And all it takes is one team. And that team took a shot in the Broncos with Bo Nix. And oh my God, guess what happened? He actually looks like an off-grid quarterback. And got the Broncos.
He's also 30.
That's not the point. The point is, I'm so sick and tired of teams, and I'm done with this rant. This is your fault. You got me on this.
I know it is.
Sick
this
and
is
tired
why we took the Rutgers game off.
Teams drafting quarterbacks just because they're an effing quarterback.
Okay.
That's not how it works.
I agree. I don't want
you draft by talent. I'm telling you right now, I think the Titans are nuts if they don't take Abdul Carter. Nuts.
Yeah, I think he's the best player.
Nuts. Crazy. You see, you can never have enough edge rushers. And honestly, the Eagles just showed you, if you can get to the quarterback without blitzing, you can even make Patrick Mahomes look like fucking Gardner Minshew, right? So what's the point of going out and getting a Matthew Stafford if A, he's going to be running for his effing life because now you just gave him draft capital, so you can't build through the trenches. Okay, fine, you'll still have your third pick. Maybe you want to sign Stafford and then still trade out at 6 and get an offensive lineman. That's still not enough in my opinion. And guess what? I don't want the Giants to win 9 games next year and all of a sudden have pick 19. For what? Who are we beating? We are still going to be, even with Matthew Stafford, mark my words, even with Matthew Stafford, third best team in the division at best.
At best, agree. Completely agree. When we have our NFL draft show, I will go into more detail. But everything you're saying, I believe to be incorrect. You know, I love you, but I don't trust this regime. I'm not letting Joe Shane draft one of the quarterbacks like Shadur and having us blow yet again another third pick. So I'd rather get Matthew Stafford. So our GM and front office can't fuck up everything else. Because if the Giants don't get Matthew Stafford, they are taking a quarterback at 3. And this year's not a strong quarterback class. So I am not looking forward to that. I would love for the Giants to get Matthew Stafford, but more to come on that. Question that Aiden was asking, who do we want to be the quarterback of the Giants next year? I would prefer a bridge, and then the Giants draft the young Manning out of Texas. Would love that. But it's not possible when the owner of the Giants said the team must win this year. Everyone's getting fired. So the Giants front office will mortgage the future to have a 9-7 year this year. The only way to mitigate that and to limit the damage is to get Matthew Stafford for only a third-round pick and then not have him ruin everything else. Let's keep it moving, fellas. One thing we haven't done yet today is go over our recap from yesterday, which is pretty wild. So I'll go first here. My two best bets yesterday were the two Big Ten plays. I gave up Wisconsin, -3.5. My free play of the day was also Michigan State, -3.5. Both won with ease. So very happy there. Hefe, how'd you do yesterday?
I don't even care. It's disgusting to me that literally there are Giants fans out there that are actually thinking that
You're
Matthew
disgusting.
Stafford
Don't
is
even.
the answer. Okay, it just doesn't make sense. It is such a short-sighted approach to a long process to becoming a winning franchise. You can't just throw in a quarterback and think your culture is going to change. That's not how it works. All right. If you can't protect your quarterback and you can't get to the other quarterback on the other side of the field, pointless. Doesn't matter. Treadmill of mediocrity. You want to make the wild card round and be out and have a pick in the 20s? Congratulations. Sure. Guess what we'll be talking about the same time next year? This exact effing thing.
Not being 3-14 for the 12th year in a row.
Yesterday,
Not being 3-14 for the 12th year.
UConn absolutely decided to not show up in the first half. F them. Okay. And Mississippi State Bulldogs, they pulled out a great victory for us. I don't want to talk about Kansas. They're an embarrassment to the United States of America.
I would agree with that. I would definitely agree to that. JD, we're back on track today. I apologize for the little detour we ended up going on today.
And also, by the way, it's not like Stafford. Stafford is one bad hit.
Will you shut up down there? We need to hear JD. The people want to hear JD. They've heard enough of you. Stafford. JD, how'd you do yesterday?
Sorry, I got way off track. Yesterday? What happened yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, man. That's a good question. Because today, as far as tennis, I've had so many tennis bets that I've been having going on through actually like 2 a.m. My brain's a little scrambled. UConn. Oh, yeah, UConn. They came out once again and fucking sucked.
Dead to me. Dead to me.
They are. Like, I'm officially out, actually, like on them. Officially out. They actually did, like, actually come actually back and win the game. But still, that first half was just horrible. The Purdue first half, I believe that was a push.
Yep.
There. They actually led most of the first half and then actually gave that up there right at the end.
Yeah, it was a crazy end of the half.
And then we had the North Alabama. They've been a team that not a lot of people know a lot about, but I've been riding them. I absolutely love this team. Yesterday, that was my biggest play of the day. We actually laid the 16 points there. They are a wagon. I mean, absolute wagon. They've been covering games for us. But yeah, man, it was overall it was actually like a little bit of a down day.
It happens to the best of us.
This morning we have made that back and so much more.
I don't think Aiden understands. I think this hat is alluding to something. So more to come on that. And JD, I know you're going to have a bounce back day today. Fellas, you ready to dive into the slate? It's already 12:16, and we have just not even gotten close to where we should be.
Joe Flacco. So I'm going to start. All day today, I'm going to name random quarterbacks that I think are better options than Matthew Stafford.
I'm going to ignore you for the entire show, and no one's going to hear anything from you because I actually have a button here. Let me see if it works. Can you try and say something now? Good. I can.
Guess what I said? It was Gardner Minshew.
We're going to start today with the SMU Mustangs taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. SMU is coming in 19-6 in the year. They're 10-4 in conference. They're having a great season. Taking on a Notre Dame team that is having a down year, unfortunately for them. Notre Dame is coming in 11-14 and 5-9 in conference. Guys, short spread here. Currently looks like it's at a 2.5. Hefe, we'll start with you. What do you like in SMU versus Notre Dame tonight?
To be honest with you, this is a game that I think is super important for both. But Notre Dame is teetering on their season being over, quite frankly. 11-14. I mean, crazier things have happened. They're in the ACC. Is ACC still one of those where everybody makes the tournament?
No, it's not as good anymore.
No. I meant the conference tournament.
Oh, yeah, I believe so. I believe they'll make it.
Yeah. All right. So, listen, anything could happen. We've seen crazier things happen. But SMU is newbie to ACC, obviously, and they're proving their absolute worth. Great year so far, 10-4 in conference, which is impressive. 19-6 on the year, on the road today. But man, this SMU team, they run fast, they score a lot of points, and that is something that Notre Dame, I think, is going to have some issues with. I think you're getting SMU as a road dog is actually a little bit of a discount here because they're coming off of a, in my opinion, bad loss at home against Wake Forest. I'll take SMU on the money line.
I'm thinking the same way you do. I'm not a big fan of this Notre Dame team. I saw them drop a game to Rutgers this year, and Rutgers is the most pathetic team in the nation, and I'm going to continue to say that because they disappoint me more than any other sports team in the country right now. But over to Notre Dame. They had a couple big-name transfers that have just not worked out for them. Matt Alaco, the kid from Princeton, was supposed to be the unbelievable point guard that was going to lead this team to the next level. He's averaging 9 points a game and 3 assists a game. He has not been good. He was fantastic at Princeton, but now with the tougher competition, he has just not lived up to the hype, and a lot of their other players have just not done well this year. SMU is better than expected. I did not think that as we sit here middle of February, they would be a 19-16, 10-4 in conference, but here we are. I think they do have a chance to make a little bit of a run. It only scares me because this SMU team does struggle a little bit on defense. Their offense is fantastic. They're averaging 82 points per game. They're averaging a full 10 points per game, higher than Notre Dame. But I do think Notre Dame at home will play a little bit better defense. I still think SMU gets it done. Not one of my favorite plays of the night, but I'm definitely going to be on the SMU Mustangs on the money line here. JD, what you got?
Not so fast, my friends.
Uh-oh.
Tyler Huntley.
SMU, what if I told you that this season, that against Ken Pom top 100 teams, as far as in true road games, they have actually not beaten an actual top 100 team the entire season.
Is Notre Dame a top 100 team in Ken Pom?
They are.
Wow, I'm actually surprised by that.
They are.
Okay, that makes sense.
And, I feel like this line, as far as SMU, what they're a 1.5 point favorite.
Yep.
Currently, I just feel like everybody's going to run and actually bet them here. The line, if everything was, if actually everybody was actually playing, the line makes sense. On actually like a neutral court, I make this SMU minus around 4. So actually, then you put in some home court. The line does make sense. I don't have official word yet, but as far as actually SMU, I think they're going to be down at least one guy tonight, or either maybe 2 guys. If that goes, I think actually they're going to have a tough night. As far as this actually like Notre Dame team, they're really not bad. They are an overall just like solid team. As far as their defense, I'm actually like a little bit worried there. Because actually like SMU can score. They can score well. If they have those pieces out to like night, I think that's definitely going to hurt them there. To me, I'm actually going to play I'm actually going to play the actual Notre Dame money line. You can get it currently at plus 105. Before game time, I could definitely see this line switch and actually Notre Dame actually be the favorite.
We will see. More to come. And I did just pull it up. You are absolutely correct. Notre Dame cracks the Ken Pom top 100 coming in 92. So for SMU to get the win tonight and the cover, they would have to beat their first top 100 Ken Pom team of the year. So that's definitely very interesting. And they will be a little shorthanded. So more to come on this game. We will see what happens here. But I definitely still like SMU in this spot. JD likes Notre Dame in this spot. Hefe also likes SMU in this spot. Let's keep it moving, fellas. You don't like SMU, Hefe? I thought you did. You're muted. I didn't mute you this time. This was you're doing. Okay. Well, he's going to stay like that, apparently.
It's me. It's me. Sorry.
Okay.
Didn't realize I muted myself. Yes, SMU. Mustangs all the way.
Let's go. Next game, boys. We're going back to my favorite conference, the conference that I like to target the most. We're going to the Big Ten. We have the Oregon Ducks coming in 18-8. They are 7-8 in conference. So every single one of their losses has been a Big Ten game. They're a minus team in the Big Ten, which is kind of crazy. 18-8 overall, but 8 conference losses, kind of wild here there. Iowa, on the other end, is 14-11. They're 5-9 in conference, and they are coming in off an absolutely brutal performance against Maryland, where they allowed 101 points to a Maryland team that really can't put up a ton of points. So that was a crazy outcome there. Hefe, we're going to start with you on this game. One thing I want to let you know, ESPN BPI has this as a dead even pick'em game. 50% for Oregon, 50% for Iowa. One of the few times you see a dead even spot. What do you like in this one?
thinking I'm rolling with the Hawkeyes at home here. I'm looking at this game right now. What's sticking out to me is that Oregon, first of all, has not impressed me at all this year. I mean, I know they beat up on Rutgers, but then again,
Everyone does.
who does?
Everyone
And what
does.
what rec team in the United States can't beat Rutgers at this point?
Yep.
But against formidable opponents, especially on the road in tough environments, they've come up pretty much empty. 2 road losses in a row. And I mean, listen, they're big ones at Michigan and at Michigan State. But Iowa's not an easy place to play. I know they're not the Iowa of old. They're not the amazing 3-point barrage that we've been getting used to. This is still a team that averages close to 84 points. My worry is that they also are giving up closer to 80.
Yep.
I'm kind of liking the total on this one. I'm seeing it minus 60 and 160.5. It sounds about right to me. I think Iowa, if they could feed off their home crowd, I see an Iowa win. I see an over.
I kind of see it the same way. My favorite play on this game is exactly what you said, though, is I absolutely love the over. I think we're going to see a ton of points here. Iowa plays a net negative defense. They are a horrific defensive team, but on the offensive side, they can put up shots, they can score threes, and they move the ball pretty well. They average 19 assists per game, which is about 4.5 assists more than Oregon, so they move the ball well, like I said. Down low, they're able to get some blocks. They average a full block per game more than Oregon. And in the steals department, Iowa is better at creating turnovers and getting steals. So a lot of the underlying metrics in this game point to Iowa being able to get some steals and get out in transition, be able to get some points. So for me, I'm definitely going to be playing the over in this game. It's definitely by far my favorite play here at over 160.5. I have to give a quick shout out before I go over to JD. David gave out a parlay in here yesterday. I don't remember the specifics of the parlay, but what I can tell you is that David cashed the hell out of it. I think he had a nice $1,500 parlay winner. We were speaking last night. So shout out, David. The exact parlay he put in here yesterday, which is the one I have on the screen, is the one that he cashed. So if you guys are interested in that, you can see that David tonight is on UAB moneyline, Mercer moneyline, Florida State moneyline, and the under. And I'm guessing George Washington, under 152. So GW, I'm assuming, is George Washington. So that is going to be David's daily parlay. We appreciate you putting that in there for the people. Back over to JD. What do you got in this game?
Man, guys, I'm kind of on the same. I'm really like thinking the same as y'all here. This game, I'm not sure what the actual splits are yet, but it seems like the Ducks are going to be probably one of the most public plays out there. And I mean, I get it because like we just talked about, as actually like as far as actually like Iowa goes, they just don't play defense.
And they have injuries right now too. They're missing a couple key guys.
Yes, they are, and so the line tells you that actually like this is an Iowa spot though. That's what the line says. It's just, can you get there and actually back it? I'm personally not. This does also seem like a spot where the Ducks have to travel and kind of could be what's the word I'm looking for? Totally blanking right now. But anyway,
how far is the travel? How far is it from Oregon to Iowa? Let me tell you how limited my United States geographical knowledge is. Hefe, you know that one? How far? Let me
I don't know exactly.
Well, is it far Oregon to Iowa?
Sleepy spot. Thank you, Crypto Warrior. Sleepy spot. Yes, this is definitely a Ducks sleepy spot. That's not the exact wording that I was looking for, but actually, right there works there. So that's what I'm afraid of here. But yeah, I just as far as the actual Iowa side, I just don't know if I have the balls to actually put my money on that though.
I respect that.
So like just actually y'all said the over makes sense. It is currently being actually bet down. The total's down to 159.5 now.
I love it.
So yeah, I mean this for me, guys, like it's a Big Ten game. It's all that kind of stuff. I'm just staying off of it.
I respect that. And I'm definitely going to be taking the over here. I know Hefe likes Iowa and the over as well. So that's a recap of what we like on this game. Let's keep it moving, fellas. We're going to be going to the game of the evening. Alabama Crimson Tide coming in 21-4. They are 10-2 in conference. Going into Mizzou, taking on the Tigers, who are 19-6 and 8-4 in conference. JD, it's your moment. I got to hear why you wore the hat. Break it down for us.
Alabama. Coming off that loss to actually Auburn Saturday. I was on actually Auburn then. Tonight, I have to switch and be on Bama.
Let's go.
For me, I don't quite understand understand this actual line here. I thought it would be flipped here with actually Bama being the fave. I mean, actually like a small one, but actually still the actual favorite. But for me, it's this spot. They're coming off this like loss, but they shot their way out of that game. Like
Yes,
actually, they like shot too many threes, which I
It
know
was-
they like shoot a bunch of threes. Like I understand that's like what they do, but still they shot too many even compared to what they do.
I believe Mark Sears, who's their guy. Mark Sears is their point guard, their leading scorer, the one who could put the ball in the basket. I believe he started that game 0 for 9 from 3 and had foul trouble. He just kept putting them up and could not hit anything.
Yeah. Well, so most of the time, Bama is a good 3-point shooting team. They definitely like to throw them up. But from inside the arc, though, they are a great team. Believe their percentage. I closed the tab out. I think it's on the season. I think it's 62% though. I mean, like they are great and they love to drive. They actually like love to dash, like pick up fouls. And this team, and this Missouri team, I don't know what happened. I closed all my tabs out. But anyway, they like love to foul people.
Yep.
They actually do. So I'm expecting tonight for Bama to not shoot as quite as many threes. To kind of like rein that in some, and just be driving to the hole a lot, be able to pick up a lot of fouls. And yeah, they're just a great team, and they are a great road team. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep staying on them here in this road spot.
JD, I am in the exact same boat as you, brother. I'm taking Bama on the money line at plus 100. I think this is a down spot where people are not looking at them too highly because they played terrible against Auburn. Let's just flat out be honest here. They were not competitive in that game. The final score of it being a 9-point final was not indicative of how that game went. I know Bama made a run with like 5-6 minutes left. They cut the lead, I believe, to 1 or they tied the game. But either way, outside that couple-minute stretch, they were never really involved in this game. They were not playing their top game, and it just seemed like all their stars had an off night. I think we see a massive bounce-back spot here. I do believe in Oates, their coach. I think he does a fantastic job. I think these guys will be ready to play. They're a bunch of veterans. These guys are a lot of seniors, guys that have been there for years and years and years. So I do think that Alabama will have a big performance. Aiden, I see you're asking for a Final Four and championship prediction. No shot. I could do that right now. Not even going to even attempt to take a stab at that. We will get to that when we get a little bit down the year. We're not even in March yet, brother. We got to see some of the conference tournaments. But for this game specifically, I absolutely love Alabama. I think they get it done on the money line plus 100. And I'll say, Aiden, I could say one thing. I like Alabama to be a very deep team come March Madness. They will probably be a team that I have going very far. Depends on the path that they have. We have to see who's in their side of the region. They could have an absolutely brutal matchup early in the tournament. But as of now, as just speaking as a whole, I love this Alabama team. And I'm very high on them having a very big year. Hefe, over to you. What you got?
Jimmy Garoppolo, Mitch Trubisky, both would be fantastic, fantastic options. And honestly, better than what we have now. Tyrod doesn't even have to move. He could just switch.
Hey, we got another game to get to. Come on, pal. Let's go.
Guys, last night we saw this. I want you to take the two teams that you see on the ticker and just blank them out. And last night we saw the exact same scenario. Right? I want you just to look at the rankings. This is what Bama's 4, Missouri's 15. Yesterday, A&M and Mississippi State was 7 and 14, something like that, right? And it was the same scenario. Lower seeded team visiting the higher seeded team with the higher seeded team being favored, and you're kind of looking at it like, huh. Yesterday, Sharps won. Bulldogs were the sharp play. A&M comes in 5 wins in a row. Lower seed. Bing, boom, bop. Bulldogs looked amazing at home. Today, I think Vegas is looking at you like, watch this. I bet all these sharps are going to think it's going to be round 2. Wrong. Bama is way too good.
I agree.
Way too good of an offense. I think yesterday what happened was you had an A&M team that just kind of got hot offensively. Really, like coming into the game, it wasn't really what they're about. They're a scrappy team. And Mississippi State is just more scrappy, and they shot better, and they are a better shooting team. If you look at the totality of the season, not just where these teams are right now, Missouri can't compete with Bama. To be honest with you, I'm more confident that Bama beats them by 20 than Missouri wins by 10. I'm taking Bama on the money line. I don't love the fact that it's a plus money for Bama, but I am okay with it because of what happened yesterday. I think it's recency bias in terms of the
Yeah.
amateur gambler in Vegas is looking at you and being like, you were sharp yesterday. Let's see you do the same thing again, dummy. Today, we roll with the favorites. Give me Bama. Roll Tide.
There we go. I like it. I like it. We're all on the same side here. Let's see Bama have a absolutely massive performance. We have one game left, boys, and we all know what it is. Welcome back to the NBA. The association is back post All-Star break. Today's game was not supposed to be on today. I believe this is a fire makeup. I believe this is one of the games that when LA had all those fires that they had to cancel this one, and they're making it up today. So that's exactly why we have this game on Wednesday. The bulk of the league returns tomorrow, but that's the story on why we have this one. Let's get into the Lakers taking on the Hornets. And guys, there's a lot of storylines coming into this game, which I will get into after I break it down. But let's go over the general knowledge here. Hornets are coming in 13-39. They're 4-19 on the road this year. This Hornets team has been more worried about LaMelo Ball's rap career than they have been about their season. On the other side, we have the Lakers coming in 32-20. They're 19-6 at home, one of the best home teams in the NBA this year, one of the best home cover teams in the NBA this year. Couple storylines in this one. I'm sure you guys have all remembered, but maybe, haven't put two and two together, that there was a very big trade that happened between these two teams that got rescinded. And guess who is going to be playing in the game tonight? Hefe, who will be playing tonight?
Mason Rudolph, another great one. Luka Doncic.
Not quite Luka Doncic, but it'll be Mark Williams of the Hornets, who was traded to the Lakers. They failed his physical, and he's now back with the Hornets. He will be playing tonight as well. He has not returned to the Hornets. He was very angry that they traded him. He was saying, I'm not going to rejoin you guys. Yada, yada, yada.
Is Connect playing too?
They're both playing. They're both playing in this game. So a lot of interesting storylines.
Honestly, they got to do a jersey swap for the culture, man.
Oh,
for the
that
culture.
would be amazing. That would be amazing. That would be good. I'll give you that. But Hefe, I'll let you break this one down first. What do you like in this game? And I'll let it out early. There's a prop that I absolutely love in this game.
I'm going to be straight up. This is an absolute stay away game for me. I have no idea what Luka's done in the last few days. I have no idea what LeBron's done in the last few days. I think LaMelo Ball hasn't touched a basketball in a week.
Who will be playing tonight?
Yeah.
He will be playing.
Yeah, I'm assuming. I don't know. Is Mark Williams been around the team? Has he just stayed in LA for 2 weeks?
He has avoided the team, and he rejoined them yesterday, saying, I'm playing tomorrow night against the Lakers.
I have no idea what to expect. JJ came out and made an announcement that even though a minutes restriction on Luka, it's not going to be so tight as it was before.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. It's either like let the man play. I still think that the Lakers are finding themselves. This is a stay away game for me, and the game shouldn't have even happened, like you said. I mean, this was a makeup game for the LA Fire, so
yes,
I'll be watching because I'm interested. But in terms of a side, honestly, I might even go with an under here, just because I think first game out of the break, 1 day early too. A lot of players just came back from Cabo yesterday, rusty.
Yeah, I would say a lot of rusty. I'll quickly go here and give my favorite prop on the game, my favorite play on this game. Mark Williams over 12.5 or over 14.5 points, not 12.5. This line keeps going up, up, and up. Currently on DraftKings, you can get it at 14.5. FanDuel has bumped it up to 15.5, and this number keeps going up. The Lakers don't have anybody down low who can match up with Mark Williams. That is why they were trading for him. They've had no interior presence down low. The reason they went all out to try and get this guy was because they have nothing on the interior down low. Mark Williams is going to feast tonight. I absolutely love his points total. A little revenge spot. So your doctors didn't pass me on the physical. You guys didn't want me because of the physical. Well, guess what? Enjoy watching my 2020 game tonight, and I'm going to absolutely go off. So I think Mark Williams is a big performance. That being said, I don't think the rest of this Hornets team has a big performance. I think that the Lakers win this one rather easily. My biggest fear in this game is the blowout factor for Mark Williams, but I don't think that will be an issue because I do think he'll be able to hit this early. Give me the Lakers minus the 12.5. The Hornets have been one of the worst cover teams in the NBA this year. They don't perform. When they're big underdogs, they get blown out. When they're slight favorites, they still get blown out. This is a team that if you've bet them this year, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Every spot you think that's going to be a good Hornet spot has turned into them getting blown out. And I've heard a lot of people say, 12.5. They've all been on rest. Mark Williams will be back. Yada, 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 yada. They're going to get blown out. Lakers minus 12.5 and Mark Williams over 14.5 points. JD, what you got?
if this was a normal game, meaning like not the first game back after the All-Star break, and it's a day early also. This would be a Hornets team total over. I mean, not a Hornet. This would be a Lakers team total over spot. This team, like I said, the numbers for them have still not been adjusted quite enough. These actual Lakers overs, I've been talking about them. They just keep on it. They just keep going. Lakers, especially first half team, their first half team total over. With all that being said, like I said, this is not kind of your standard game, just when it's being played. So I'm not going to be playing that. I doubt I play anything here. So yeah, for me, this is going to be just an easy pass.
You guys heard what JD said. He's all over Mark Williams over 14.5 points, and he loves the Lakers like his good buddy Alpha. That's all I heard out of what he said there. But no, JD did say he's staying off this game. I do respect that. Hefe said he's staying off this game. Y'all are both lame. Lakers by 90. I'll see you in the morning. Rubbing it.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, well.
Kyle Trask.
Okay, this guy with his fucking quarterbacks. All right, boys. What is Mark Williams double-double coming in from our guy, Joe? Do you have a show with Joe today, JD? Am I going to get to watch Joe today? Let's go. Make sure you guys check that out. Joe is sharp as hell and gives out some great bets. I'm excited to be able to check that guy out. But before we do, let me see if I can pull this off.
Yeah, I do know that Joe, as far as tomorrow's slate, Joe already has bets locked in.
Let's go.
So yeah, as far as on this afternoon show, we're going to be going over some of actually tomorrow's slate. So
there we go. To record a double-double. Not an option. That's how you know it's going to hit. FanDuel will not give you a double-double on Mark Williams tonight. The only players you could bet double-doubles on are LeBron, Luka, Miles Bridges, LaMelo Ball, Austin Reeves, Jackson Hayes, Rui. They will not offer anything on Mark Williams. So try and find that. I do think that's going to be a very, very, very good play. I think Mark Williams is going to put up 20 points tonight. I really do. All right, boys. There's one thing we still have to do on the show. We still have to go over our daily best bets. So you boys ready to dive into the best bets and give the people our picks of the day?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, boys. Let me find the best bets thing. There it is. All right, Hefe. How many you got for the people today? You got 1, you have 9, you have 72. How many best bets do you have?
Best bets, I got 2. Quarterbacks, I got 3. Kenny Pickett, Jake Brown, and Jameis Winston. Best bets. Let's go over it. I got 1 that we spoke about. I'm all over Bama, guys. Roll Tide, seriously, tonight. I think that Vegas is flat out messing with us. They saw that the sharp play hit yesterday. I think Bama's too good to be sharp-sided. And I got a game here that I think it's a big spread, but I think the disparity between the two teams is vast. DePaul is borderline D2 at this point. Seriously, if this was the EPL, they would not be in Premier League.
Okay, hold on one second. So you said 11-15 Notre Dame season is not over, but what you're telling me is the 11-15 DePaul Blue Demons season is over. Understood. Okay.
That's how I feel. And honestly, that's my opinion. By the way, Andy Dalton, but he just signed a contract, but I really think if we work with him, we can get him out of it.
I can't stand you. I cannot stand. I will give you credit. You have thrown an impressive amount of backup quarterback names.
Is Chase Daniels still in the league? Because he would be great too. Chase Daniels out of where? Mizzou. Who's going to lose tonight? Boom. That's how you bring everything together. Anyway, back to my second play. St. John's over DePaul. 12.5 points spread on the road for the Johnnies. Look, some people are scared because the next game that the Johnnies have are against UConn this weekend. But let me tell you something. If I know Rick Pitino, he watched that game yesterday, and he is not worried about no UConn. They come into DePaul. They overpower them defensively. I think they own them on the boards. And flat out, they're going to score more than DePaul can score. I'm very comfortable with 12.5. Give me the Johnnies minus 12.5 on the road.
I think you get that as well. All right, let me give my 2 best bets out for the day, guys. My first one, I'm going with what JD is wearing on his gorgeous head. Alabama money line plus 100. We're going to be cashing that. Let's get it, boys. Second play. It's the player prop. Mark Williams, over 14.5 points scored tonight. I think we see him have an absolutely massive performance. JD, before I go over to you, you know what I just noticed?
What's
the
up?
person who kept fucking with my TV and turning it on every single show must have moved out. It's been fantastic over the last month, not having the ghost of Alpha's apartment continuously ruin the show. But over to you. What best bets do you have today?
Yeah. For my best bets, going with Notre Dame money line, plus 105. And then
Season's on, baby. Their season's still alive.
it's, it is. And then we are going with the Alabama Crimson Tide money
Crimson
line.
JDs. Let's go.
Plus 110. And then, sorry, this is not a best bet, but I forgot this question. It was asked a few minutes ago by Parlay Prince. I just wanted to answer really quick. Vandy upsets Kentucky. I do not think so. I was close to laying the points, but I think I'm actually going to be playing the actual Kentucky team total over.
Okay.
That's how I'm actually going to play that one. So
There we go. Well, that's going to do it for the best bets today. Let me put the graphic on the screen. Get your phones out. Take your screenshots. I'm on Alabama money line and Mark Williams over 14.5. Hefe's on Mississippi State money line and Kansas plus 3.5. That is not, I believe that, is that right? No? Maybe?
That was yesterday's, my friend.
I was going to say, so Hefe's says, don't look at Hefe's. Just look at mine. And you can look at JD's as well. JD is on.
I'll repeat it.
Bam.
We are Hefe is on Bama money line, and the Johnny's minus 12.5, and Jimmy Garoppolo to be a better Giant than Matthew Stafford would be. That's the Ram we should be looking at.
You know what? I want to put this back on the screen. For everyone thinks he has good Giants takes, look at the bottom bet there on best bets. You nailed Mississippi State. Beautiful call.
Hey,
Beautiful call.
it's funny.
Beautiful call.
Somebody just asked me a question in my ear. Who did you have in that Mississippi State?
I did have Texas A&M. I did, absolutely. I did. You're right there. But Matthew Stafford
Justin
for the Giants
Fields.
doesn't go. There we go. More quarterbacks. Everyone, we appreciate everyone putting up with our crap today, as you guys always do. Comments, you are fantastic. David, hit another big parlay, brother. Big one yesterday. Very impressed with how you hit that. And fellas, we will be back Friday. Is it Friday?
Yeah.
Friday. We'll be back Friday. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. Hefe, any parting words for the people before we get the hell out of here?
Literally can't even name any more backup quarterbacks. I think I went through the entire NFL roster. But the point is, I would take any freaking one of them. I don't care. Get freaking Brady Quinn out of the booth. Get freaking RG3 back from ESPN. I don't give a crap. Any one of them.
David doing his best. David doing his best to get you out of the closet.
You're my freaking boy, David. I'm never fucking leaving this closet. How about that?
JD, any parting words from you before we get the hell out of here?
Yeah, man. I'm going to do something that I have not done in a long time. Roll Tide.
Oh, wow.
Roll Tide. Let's fucking win. Cheers.
Oh, let's fucking go. JD bringing the boom. That'll get 5 big booms.
You know what I just thought of? Jalen Milroe, 3rd, 4th round pick.
I'm hitting it.
I'll take that.
I appreciate every single one of you. We'll be back Friday. Peace.